Hi guys, I'm back today. I'm going to read Joshua 12 to 20, Proverbs 19, and Psalm 147 this time. Now these are the kings of the land whom the people is defeated and took possession of the land beyond the Jordan toward the sunrise, from the valley of the Arnon to Mount Hermon, with all the Arab eastward. Sihon king Arabis who lived at Heshbon moved from the north, on the edge of the valley of the island, and from the middle of the valley as far as the Jarmuth, the boundary of the Ammonites is half a Guri, and Arabah to C.Jun of the east, in the direction of Beth Jeshimon, to see the Arabah to the salt sea, west and southward, to the further slopes of Pisgah, and all king Bashan won the remnant of the Rephaim, who lived at Ashtart and the border of Mount Hermon, Salk and all Bashan to the boundary of the Geshurite and Nakatas. Over half of Gilead to the boundary of Sihon king Heshbon, Moses son of law, and people is to defeat them. Moses the son of the law gave the land for possession to Ribnite and the Gadites and Hatram Massa. These are the kings of the land whom Goshen the Hebrews set to defeat on the west side of Jordan, from Balga and the valley of Lebanon to Mount Halai. They rise towards the king Jericho won, the king Ai, which is Bethel won, the king Jerusalem won, the king Hebron won, the king Jarmuth won, the king Lachish won, king Eglon won, the king Gezer won, the king Debeel won, the king Gedor won, the king Hormah won, the king Arad won, the king Libnah won, the king Adlam won, the king Makkedah won, the king Bethel won, the king of Tapua won, the king of Hefer won, the king Athak won, the king of Lasharon won, the king Madon won, the king Hazel won, the king Shimron Meron won, the king Akshaph won, the king of Tanakh won, the king of Megiddo won, the king of Kadesh won, the king of Jokneam and Carmel won, the king of Dor and Nephath Dor won, the king of Goin and Galilee won, the king of Tosa won, and all 31 kings. Now Joshua's on advanced years, the Lord said to your own advanced years, there remains yet very much land to possess. This land there remains all the region of the Philistines, all those of the Geshurites. And then there's the Avim in the south, all the land of Canaanites and Meerah that belongs to the Sidonians, and to Aphek, to the boundary of the Amorites, the land of Gabalites, and all Lebanon toward the sunrise. From Balgad below Mount Hermon to Lebanon, all the inhabitants of the hill country from Lebanon to Mizrath. Even all Sidonians, I myself will drive them out from before the people, and the other land is for inheritance, as I command you. Therefore divide the land for inheritance in 9 tribes, the hard tribe master. Let the other half of the tribe master, the Reubenites and the Gadites, receive their inheritance from the young John East, Moses the son of the Lord gave no which on the edge of the valley of the island, for see there's the middle of the valley, and all the tableland of Medeba, as far as Medina. All see Sihon king of Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, as well the boundary of the Ammonites, and Gilead, in the region of Geshurite and Machmas, all Mount Hermon, all Bashan to south, and all the kingdom of Og and Bashan, who reigned at Ashtart and by these Moses has struck in Jonah. Yet he put his did not drive out the Geshurite and Machmas, the Gesher and Machah, and the mistakes to this day. The tribe of Levi alone Moses gave no inheritance. Offerings by fight to the Lord God Israel, their inheritance is certain. And Moses gave inheritance to the tribe of the people of Reuben according to their clans. Their territory was from Aroer, was on the edge of the valley of the Arnon, and the sea that is in the middle of the valley, and tableland by Medeba, with Heshbon and all the cities, and tableland by Ramoth, and Beth Balmi, and Jehan, and Kedamoth, and Mithrath, and Kirthaim, and Sidma, and Zereshahah, and the hill of the valley, Beth Peor, on the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Jeshimoth, as all the cities of tableland. All the kings of Sihon, king of Amorites, who lived in Heshbon, who lived in Moses, defeated their leaders of Midian, Adi, Recompensa, and her and Merrill, the prince of Sihon, lived in the Baal was the son of Beor, the one who practiced divination, was killed with the sword of the Hebrews among the rest of the land. The rest of the slain, and the border people were Reuben and the judgments of Anna. You see inhabitants of the people, and the contact clans of the season villagers. Those king inhabitants is to the tribe of Gad, to Hebrew Gad, the contact clans. Their territory is Jason, and all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the Ammonites to Aroer, which is east of Rabbah, from Heshbon to Ramoth and Mizpah, and Bethaniam, from Mahanaim to the territory of Debir, and they Beth Haran, Beth Nimrah, Sakal, Zaphon, and Besikin, the Sihon king Heshbon, having the Jordan as band, to the lower end of C.Jun. These way beyond the Jordan, this is the inheritance of the Hebrew Gad, contact clans of the season villagers, and Moses gave inheritance to Hatred Massa. His Lord to Hatred, Hebrew Massa, contact clans. A region extended from Mahanaim through all Bashan, the king of Og, king of Bashan, and all the towns of Jehovah and Bashan, and 60 cities, and half Gilead and Ashtart and Edrei, cities of the king of Og and Bashan. These were allotted to Hebrew and Micaiah, son of Massa, for half the Hebrew and Micaiah, contact clans. These inheritances that Moses is distributed in points of map beyond the Jordan east of Jericho to tribe of Levi, and Moses gave no inheritance. No God is their inheritance, he said to these inheritances he put Israel received the land and king, and which Elzon the priest and Joshua's son and the head of the father's house and the tribe of people Israel gave them to inherit. The inheritance was by law, just law coming about him, but for the man of 1/2 tribe, and Moses gave an inheritance to 2 1/2 tribes beyond them. As the Levites gave no inheritance among them. The Hebrew Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim, and their portion was given to the Levites in there. And only seized dwelling the pasture land for the livestock and other substance. He put his days law commandments, they law. And the Hebrew deacon Joshua go and Caleb son of Jephunneh. And the Kenizzite said to you know what the Lord said to Moses, the man of God in Kadesh Barnea, concerning you and me. As 40 years old, Moses said the Lord gave sent me from Kadesh Barnea to Bethlehem, and a burning word against us was my heart. My brothers who went over with him in the heart of Hebrew. Yeah, I held for the Lord my God. And Moses swore on that day, saying, surely the land on which your foot is turned shall be inheritance for you, and you shall forever, because you holy for the Lord my God. And now behold, the Lord kept me alive, just he said, these 45 years since the time that the Lord spake this word to Moses, when Moses walked in the wilderness. I was old the ones and now proud I'm just 85 years old, and I'm still as strong today as I was in the day of my son. I checked that as the mistress was there for one figure income. And give me this whole country of which the Lord spoke on that day. We heard on that day how the Anakim was there, grateful for 5 days. Maybe the Lord will be with me, I shall drive out just the Lord said. And Joshua blessed me, he went to kill his son Jephthah. For I had to therefore he and king had to kill his son Jephthah and came aside to this day. Is the holy father of the Lord God Israel? And the name of Hebron for one he was Kirith Abba. And the land had rest from all the allotment for the child Hebrew Judah according to clans east, southward to Benjamin. So once is in the father's south. And south Benjamin from the end of Solstice from the bay of face south. He goes out southward to the other Aston of Rath Crab. Pass along to Sin goes to south to catch money along by Hezron up to Adar, turns about to Cork, and pass along to Asman, goes about by the brook Egypt, and comes to its end at sea. There shall be a south boundary, and the east boundary is the whole sea to the mouth of the Jordan, and the boundary also runs to the bay of the sea at the mouth of the Jordan. And then the boundary goes to Beth Hogla and pass along north of Beth Araba, and the boundary goes to Stone at Bohannes and a river, and the boundary goes up to the bay from the valley Acorn, so northward, turning toward Gilgal, so it's just opposite the Asa and which on the south side of the valley, and the boundary passes along towards En Shemesh and ends at Edinburgh. On the boundary goes by the valley of Hinnom at the southern shoulder of the deep side, and the boundary goes to the top of the mountain that lies with the valley of Hinnom, and then on the western other end of the valley, then lies over a valley of Rephaim, and the boundary extends on top of the mountain to spring of the woods Naphtali. On there to Season Marathon, the boundary bends around to Baal, and the boundary circles west of Baal to Mount Seir, passes along to the northern shoulder of Mount Jer, and then goes down to Bethshemesh, passes along by Timnah. The boundary goes out to the shoulder of the hill north of Ekron, and the boundary bends down to Shechem, and passes along to Mount Baal, and goes up to Jeremiah. And the boundary comes to an end of the sea. The west boundary was the Great Sea, and its coastline. This is the boundary around the Hebrew Jew according to clans. Going to command of the Lord to Joshua, give to Caleb, son of Jephunneh, a portion among the Hebrew Jew, Kirith Abba as Hebron. Caleb drove out from there 3 sons of Anak, Shishai and Ahiman and Talmud. The sons of Anak, he went from there against the inhabitants of Debir. And the name of Debir formerly was Kirith-Sepher, and Caleb said, whoever strikes Kirith-Sepher and captures it, to him I'll give access to my daughter's wife. And Othniel, son of Kenaz, and my brother Caleb captured it. And he gave him access to his daughter for a wife. And she came to Shears and to ask her father for a field. And she got off a donkey, and Caleb said to her, what do you want? And he said to her, give me a blessing, since you give me the land, and give me its springs of water, and give her the upper springs and lower springs. East he had as the tribe of Hebrew Judah according to clans. The sea belonged to the tribe of Hebrew Judah, and they had extreme south. To the boundary Edom, Kabzeel, Eder, Jigger, Kena, Dimona, Adada, Kadesh, Hazel, Ithnan, Zeph, and Bealoth, Hazel, Hadattah, Kerith, Hezron, Amam, Shema, Molda, Hazagada, Heshman, Beth Pelah, Hazel, Shua, Bishma, Bezirthia, Bala, I am Ezem, Eltalad, Chesel, Holman, Ziklag, Madmanas, and Sana, Labah, Shohim, Ain, and all 29 cities with their villages, and Lowland, Ishtaos, or Ashnoz, and Ganim, Tapua, and Jarmuth, Adalam, Circle, Azkar, Sharaim, Edathaim, Gederthaim, 14 cities with their villages. Zena, Hadashah, Migdal, Gag, Gilead, Mizpah, Jokdeel, Achish, Bozkath, Eglon, Kelvin, Lahman, Chuklash, Gedoroth, Bethdagan, Dan, and Mecca, 16 cities with their villages. Libna, Ether, Asher, Ifta, Ashna, Nezer, Caleb, Kayla, Axid, and Mesha. 9 cities with their villages. Ekron was towns and their villages. From Ekron to Seol, there were by sides Ashdod with their villages. Ashdod is towns and villages. Gaza is towns and villages. To Brook, Egypt, Great Sea with the coastline. In the hill country, Shemir, Shatir, Sarkar, Dana, Kirsana, and Nab, Eshtamoy, Adam, Gershon, Holland, and Gilo, 11 cities of the village. Ab, Duma, Eshen, Janam, Bethpur, Africa, Humud, Hamta, Kirth, Abba, and Zio, 9 cities of the village. Man, Carmel, Ziph, Joshua, Jezreel, Jokdeam, Zanoah, Cain, Gibeah, and Timnah, 10 cities of their villages. Halhal, Bethzah, Gedor, Marath, Bethanoth, and Eltekon, 6 cities of their village. Kirith, Baal, Marabah, 2 cities of their village. In the wilderness, Beth Araba, Midden, Sekaka, Nibshan, the city saw, and then Gedi 6 cities of the village. The Jews had seen how the Jews and Hebrew Jew could not drive out. So the Jews had told the Hebrew Jew at Jerusalem to this day. And the allotment of the Hebrew Jews went from the Jordan to by Jericho. Esau was Jericho to Wilderness, going after the Jericho to Helkah to Bethel. And going from Bethel to Luz, it passed along to Atar, the territory of the Archites. It goes down westward to the territory of the Japhthites, as far as the territory of Lower Bethel, and then to Gaza and Zone at the sea. And people Joseph, Manasseh, and Ephraim received their heads. The territory of the people of Ephraim with the clans which as far as the boundary. And their headlands on the east was Atarth and as far as Upper Beth-horon. Their boundary goes from there to sea. On the north is Michmethath. On the east, the boundary turns around toward Tanashil and passes along beyond it on the west to Junoah. It goes from Junoah to Ataroth and to Nahar and touches Jericho, ending at the Jordan. And to put the boundary goes westward to Barkana and ends at the sea. Should your highness is trying to keep a friend by the clans together with towns that are powerful people of a friend within the inheritance of Manasses. All this towns within the village. However, they did not drive with the Canaanites who lived in Gaza. So the Canaanites had lived in the midst of Ephraim to stay, but have been made to do full slave. And now a lawman was made to the people of Manasseh, who was the firstborn of Jason, to make the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilead. Lord of Gilead Bashan, because he was a man of war. Then lawmen were made to the rest of the people of Manasseh by the clans. Abizer, Halai, Israel, Shechem, Hefer, and Shemir. These were the male descendants of Manasseh, son of Jesse by the clans. And Zelophehad, son of Hefer, son of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh, had no sons but only daughters. These names the daughters Mala, Noah, Hopra, Milcah, Tirzah. And he appointed Uzzah the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the leaders. It said, the Lord commanded to give us inheritance to Moab and Carbaz. According to Manasseh, the Lord gave them inheritance among the gods of their fathers. So thus there fell to Manasseh 10 portions besides the land of Gilead and Bashan, and on the other side of Jordan, because the daughters of Manasseh received inheritance along with their sons. And the land of Gilead was allotted to the rest of the people of Manasseh. The territory of Manasseh released from Asher to Mishmephath, which is east of Shechem. The boundary goes along southward to the inhabitants of Antipor. And Antipor belonged to Manasseh. The towns of Antipor and the boundary of Manasseh belonged to the people of Ephraim. The boundary went down to Brookana. These cities to the south of Brook along the sea of Manasseh belonged to Ephraim. And the boundary of Manasseh goes down the north side of Brook and ends with the sea. The land to the south of Ephraim and down to the north of Manasseh. And the sea formed its boundary. On the north, Asher is reached on the east, and second is Isaac, and Asher and Manasseh had Bashan's villages. And the blade of the villages inhabits the Dorn's villages. The inhabitants of Endor's villages, the inhabitants of Tanak's villages, and the inhabitants of Megadon's villages. The third is Nephath, and the people of Manasseh could not take possession of those cities. The Canaanites persisted dwelling in that land, and the people of Israel grew strong. They put the Canaanites to force labor, but they did not utterly drive them out. And the portion of people just spoke to Joshua, saying, why have you given me but one portion of inheritance? There are many numerous people since all along the world was lost me. And just said, if your numerous people go by yourselves to fast, and they play ground for yourselves on the land at the paradise and the Rephaim, then tell country Ephraim is too now for you. And the people of Joseph said, the whole country is not enough for us, yet all the Canaanites who dwell in the plain of chariots are. Both those in the house of Bashan and the village of those of Joseph. And Joshua said to the house of Joseph, to Ephraim and Manasseh, you numerous people know of great power. And you shall not have one alone. In the whole country shall be yours. For those of us you shall clear and possess the two father brothers. And shall drive out the Canaanites, so they chariots are, and they are strong. And the whole congregation of people is assembled at Shiloh. Stay at the town meeting, the land lay subdued before them. The remaining among peoples in Israel 7 tribes of inheritance had not been apportioned. So Joshua said to the people, how long will you put off going to take possession of the land which the Lord God of your fathers has given you, to provide 3 men from each tribe? I'll send them out that they may set out and go and done the land, and shall write a description of it with the view to and come to me. And they shall divide into 7 portions. Judah shall continue its territory on the south, and the house of Judah shall continue its territory on the north. They shall describe the land in 7 divisions, and bring the description to me. I will cast laws before you here before the Lord our God. Your Levites did no portion among you, for the priests of the Lord is their heritage, and Gad and Reuben half tribe and Manasseh received their heritage beyond the Jordan eastward, which Moses said the Lord gave them. So the men arose on mine, and Joshua charged those who went to write the description of the land, saying, go up and down the land, write a description, and return to me. I cast laws before you here before the Lord in Shiloh. So the men went and passed up and down the land, and wrote a book and nearby description by towns in 7 divisions, and came to Joshua and the camp of Shiloh, and Joshua cast lots for them in Shiloh for the Lord. And there Joshua portioned to the Hebrews and teaching his portion. All the tribe of people of Benjamin according to the clans came up, and territory allotted to it fell between the Hebrew Judah and the Hebrew Joseph. On the north side the boundary became the Jordan. The boundary goes into the shoulder, north of Jordan. And then off through the hill country was and it ends at the wilderness of Bethaven, and then boundary passes along southward in the direction of Luz, to shoulder of Luz, and the boundary goes down to Atwath Adon, the mountain that lies south of Bethhoron, and the boundary goes in another direction, turning on Luz, the side southward from the mountain that lies south opposite Bethhoron, ends at Kirithbel. The sea belonged to people of Judah, and this forms the western side. And the southern side begins at Athgah to Kirithjearim, and the boundary goes up from there to Ephron to Spring of the Wars in Naphtali. The boundary goes down to border of the mountain that overlooks the valley of Sun Hinnom, which is the north end of the valley of Rephaim. It goes down to Valley Hinnom, south of the shoulder of the Jebusites, and downward to En-Rogel. It bends in another direction going on to En-Shemesh, and from there goes down to Gilad, which is opposite the Asan of Adon, and then goes down to Stony-Beck and Abraham. We will pass on to the north of the shoulder of Beth Araba, it goes down to Araba, and the boundary passes on to the north of the shoulder of Beth Hogla, and the boundary ends at another bay of Salt Sea to the south end of the Jordan. It's the southern border. The Jordan forms the boundary east and south. Its inhabitants, the Hebrew Benjamin, according to the clans, boundary road, boundary over. And see the tribe of people of Benjamin, according to the clans, with Jericho, Beth Hogla, Ammon, Kezish, Beth Araba, Zemarim, Bethel, Avin, Para, Arphra, Shaphan, Mani, Ophani, Geba, Torsis, their first, Gibeon, Ramah, Beel. The Eroth in his head, Shafir, Mosa, Rakim, Pio, Tarabah. Zella, Halaf, Jebus, Gibeah, and Kircher. 14 cities of their virgins, the inheritance of Hebrew virgin quantities class. Second law came of Simeon, child people of Simeon quantity class. Their inheritance was amidst the Hebrew inheritance of Hebrew Jew. The half of their inheritance was Sheba, Morda, Hazashua, Bala, Ezim, Altovai, Bethel, Horma, Ziklag, Beth Marthabath, Hazah, Susa, Bethel, and Shurihan. 13 cities of their virgin, Aim, Rimmon, Ether, and Asher. 4 cities of their virgins, together with all their virgins around these cities, Fourth, Balak, Beer, Ramah, and the negative. This day had the child Hebrew of Simeon quantity class. The inheritance of Hebrew Simeon fell upon the church of the Hebrew Jew. Yet the portion of the Hebrew of the Jew was too large. Hebrew Simeon obtained the inheritance in the midst of the inheritance, and looking off the Hebrew set by quantum clans and territory the inheritance reached far Sarah. And boundary goes westward on to Mary and touches Dabbasheth, and the brook is east in Jochni. And Sarah goes on in the other direction eastward toward the sunrise to Benji, choose Loftable. From there goes to Zareth and up to Japhia. From there pass along to east toward the sunrise to Gath-Hefer, to Eth-Kazan, and going on to Remit, Ben, and Swordnir. The north the boundary turns about to Hannibal, and to the valley of Tehel and Katath, Nahal, Shimron, Idal, and Bethlehem. Thus is the virgin, this inheritance Hebrew have been quantity clans. These is the virgin, fourth law came out by Isaac, for the Hebrew Isaac, quantity clans. Their territory included Jesse, Chisala, Shun, and Hapharaim, Shun, and Naharath, Rabbi, Kishin, and Ebez, Ramoth, and Ganim, and Hadar, Beth passes. The boundary is to touch Tabor, Shahazimah, and Beth-Shemesh, and his boundary ends in Jordan. 16 cities of their virgin. This inheritance of the tribe of Hebrew of Isaac, quantity class. This is their virgin. Fifth law came out for the tribe of people as a quantity class. The territory included Helkath, Hali, Betan, Akshaf, Elamelech, Amad, and Mishal. When it on the west touches Carmel and Shehor, Libnath. When it turns eastward, it goes to Beth-Dag and touches Zebulun, the valley of Tehel, northward to Beth-Mechanil. It continues in north to Kabul, Ron, Rahab, Ham, and Candace, while seeing it. Then it turns around, reaching to a fortified city of Tyre. The boundary turns to Tarsa and ends at the Mahalab, Aksib, Ema, African Rahab. 22 cities of their villages. The inheritance of the tribe of Hebrew Asher, quantity class. These cities of their villages. 6 law came after the people of Naphtali, for the people of Naphtali, quantity class. A boundary ran from Helah, from the Oakens and then Dani, Neck, and Jabneel, as far as Lacham, and ended at the Jordan. And boundary turns westward to Asnoth, Tabel, goes into the Tarkok, touching Zebulun on the south, and Ash on the west. And Judah on the east of the Jordan. The fortified cities of Ziddim, Zer, Hamath, Rakat, Chinrath, Adamah, Ramah, Hazel, Kadesh, Edbury, and Hazel, Uriel, Migdal, El, Hor, and Bethanath, and Bethshemesh. And she sees their virgins. This inherited the tribe of Hebrew and Naphtali, according to clans. The seas of their virgins. Seventh law came after the tribe of people according to clans. Territory of his inheritance included Zorah, Eshtal, Shemesh, Beshal, Ajala, Ithla, Elon, Timnah, Ekron, Eltekeh, Gibbethon, Baalath, and Jehud, Ben Barak, Yathram, and Nejak, and Barak was territory over against Joplin. The territory of Hebrew was lost to people Dan went up and fought against Elisha after capturing and striking with the sword, and taking possession of Insel, and calling Elisha Dan after the name of Dan, their ancestor. These inhabitants of the tribe of people Dan according to clans to seize their villages. When they finished distributing several territories to land as inheritances, Hebrew gave inheritance among them to Joshua's son. They commanded the Lord, they gave them the sea of the Yask, Timnah, and the hill country of Ephraim. They rebuilt the sea and southern, and these inhabitants of Asad, the priest, and Joshua's son. And hence the fathers has the people tribes of Hebrew is distributed by lot, the Shiloh before the law. They entrance and 10 years, so they finished dividing the land. And the Lord said to Joshua, say to Hebrews, I point the seas of refuge, and which I spoke to you, the men slay, strikes me, pestilent downtown, unknowingly me flee. They shall be for you refuge from the evangelical. You shall be torn these cities, and entrance they against the sea, and explains the case to others that sea. And they shall take him into the sea and give him a price. They shall remember the evangelical seas, and they shall give them a man slain to sin. He struck his neighbor unknowingly and did not hate him in the past. They shall remain that sea until he stood before the congregation for judgment, until the death of him was high priest at that time. The manslayer returned to his own town, and to his own home, to the town from which he fled. So he set up Kadesh in Galilee, in the hill country Naphtali, and Shechem in the hill country Ephraim, and Kirithal, in the hill country Judah, and beyond the Jordan at east of Jericho, they appointed Bez in the wilderness, and on the table, and the tribe of Reuben, and Ramon and Gay for the tribe of Gad, and Golan and Bashan for the tribe of Manasseh. These see destiny for the Hebrews and for the strange sojourner among them. They only killed the person bad and carefully that he might not die by the hand of the Lord's avenger blood to still before the congregation. Proverbs 19. Better is a poor person walks in charity than among his crook and speech in a fool. And desire thy knowledge not good, or whatever makes haste if he meets his way. And a man's folly brings away to ruin, his heart rage against the Lord, but can spend new friends, and a poor man's set about him. Thus those who are not going to punish, he brings lives will not escape. They seek the favour of a just man, never on his friend to a man who gives gifts. Or poor man's brothers hate him, how much more do his friends go far from him? He pursues him with words, doesn't have it. He never gets sense loves, and so he keeps understanding the scope of good. A false woman is not going to punish, he breathes lives of perish. He is not free for a fool to live in luxury, and much less to respect for reverence. Good sense makes one slow to anger, his glory to overlook offence. The king's wrath will grow of life. His fear is like jail in the gospel. 4 sons are ruined to his father, and wife cries like a tail dripping away. As about I had different thoughts, the supreme life is the front of the law. Softens castle deeply, and the suffer hunger, whoever keeps command keeps life, he discussed ways of death. Never this chance to pull lens, he will pay thirsty. This being suffered as how to city harping into death, man great wrath pay bounty. If you deliver you and lift it again, let's do it fast step instruction, maybe and wisdom in the future. Many other plans are one of the man, and it's what is the purpose of the Lord else day. One of those signing man, stuff is love, and the poor man. It is better than I. Who fear the Lord least life, and who has a rest, such I cannot be visited by harm. Like a place the hand dish, and not bring it back to his mouth. And then strike his God in simple and prince, free man, saying he'll gain knowledge. He does violence to his father and to his ways, mother, son, bring shame and reproach. He soon straight from my son, you're straight from the words of knowledge. West witness knocks and justice, and worth the wicked to me. The condemnation ready for scoffers, beating for the backs of fools. Psalm 147, praise the Lord for his good, sing praise to our God, his spouse, and song of praise his faith. Lord builds the truth, and guides the outcast to he heals the broken hearted bonds of their wounds. He determines none of the stars, he gives to all of them their names. He gives out abundant power, his understanding is beyond measure. Lord lifts up the humble, he casts the wicked to the ground. Sing to the Lord, they have a melody to our God, he covers the heavens with clouds. He prepares man for the earth, he makes grass grow on the hills, he gives to beasts their food, and to young ravens that cries, delights not the strength of their horse, nor the pleasure of the legs of men. Yet the Lord takes pleasure in those who fear him, in those who hope in his steadfast love. Praise the Lord, Jews, and praise your God, his for he strengthens his bars, he gates. He lets you children within you, makes peace in your borders. He fills it to fire, so he sends his command to the earth, take away one swiftly. He gives snow like a water, scatters frost like ashes. He goes down his crystal like ice, like crowns. He contains with his call. He sends his word and muscle, makes his wind blow in the water flow. He declares the word to Jacob, his statue most days. He is not dealt us to any initiative, he don't know his rules. Praise the Lord. And as I should have the Lord's prayer, please by her father, never had I been, and then begin to go down that there's a heaven. He said to give back for gifts, test, disregard, disease, non-detection, the most evil. He has the kingdom, and power, the great forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.